Most people spend their entire lives waiting for other people to tell them that they're enough or that they're doing great. Most of us believe that, without anyone acknowledging it out loud, our achievements and our worth are not quite meaningful. For instance, you get the job, finish the project, develop good habit, improve your lifestyle, but somehow your brain still waits for someone to say, "I'm so proud of you. You're doing such a great job." If this sounds familiar, you're not alone. And that's exactly why self validation is so powerful. Today, we're talking about what self validation really means, why it's so hard for so many people, and how learning it can completely shift the way you live, love, and show up in the world. Self validation isn't just a self help concept, it's emotional freedom. And real transformation begins when you learn to validate yourself. Self validation is the ability to acknowledge your own feelings, efforts, and experiences as real and meaningful, even when no one else does. It's being able to say, "Yes, that hurt. Yes, that mattered. Yes, I'm allowed to feel proud of myself," without needing permission. And here's why that's life changing. When you don't self validate, you end up outsourcing self worth. You start looking for proof of your value in other people's reactions. You feel good when you're praised and invisible when you're not. You overthink texts, you crave reassurance, you second guess your emotions. You wonder if you're too sensitive or overreacting. But self validation is what stops that cycle. It's what makes you emotionally solid. Because your feelings don't become valid only when someone agrees with them. They're valid because you're experiencing them. Let's make this concrete. Imagine you worked really hard on something, maybe a creative project, a fitness goal, or even just surviving a hard week mentally. If nobody comments, nobody notices, nobody claps, do you immediately feel like it didn't count? That's the moment self validation steps in. Self validation says, "I know what I put into this. I know how far I've come. This matters, even in silence." That is strength. Another example. Let's say someone dismisses you. They say, "It's not a big deal," but it felt like a big deal to you. Without self validation, you might shrink. You might tell yourself, "Maybe I'm dramatic. Maybe I shouldn't feel this way." But with self validation, you can say, "It makes sense that I feel hurt. That crossed a line for me." That doesn't mean you're fragile, it means you're honest. Self validation doesn't make you selfish, it makes you emotionally mature. A lot of people struggle with self validation because growing up, their emotions weren't validated. Maybe you were told, "Stop crying, you're fine. Don't be so sensitive." So you learned to disconnect from yourself. You learned that feelings were something to justify, not something to understand. And then as an adult, you keep looking outward. You look for someone else to confirm. Am I okay? Am I enough? Is this feeling allowed? But here's the truth: you cannot build inner peace on external approval. That foundation will always shake. How to practice self validation. Self validation starts small. It starts with noticing what you feel without judging it. Instead of saying, "I shouldn't feel this way," try saying, "This is what I feel right now." Instead of rushing to fix your emotions, sit with them, name them, respect them. You can literally tell yourself, "It makes sense that I'm anxious. This matters to me." Or, "I'm proud of myself for trying, even if it wasn't perfect." That's validation. It's not delusion, it's acknowledgement. And the more you do this, the less you need constant reassurance. You become someone who can stand emotionally on your own. Self validation is the difference between living as a performer and living as a person. It's choosing to be your own witness, to be the one who says, "I see you, I hear you, you count," even if no one else is clapping. And when you master that, you stop chasing worth. You start living from it. So here's a question to leave you with. What would change in your life if you stopped waiting for others to validate what you already know is true? How would your confidence change if you truly believed that you didn't need permission to be proud of yourself, your achievements, and all of your good deeds? Remember, if you don't validate yourself, your self worth will always rely on other people's approval. If you found this video helpful, make sure to click the like button and comment your key takeaway. Share this video with a loved one and subscribe to the channel for more videos on how to become the best version of yourself through self-awareness and personal development. Until next time, remember that self-validation is the foundation of true confidence and inner peace.